Because somebody hasn't killed him yet, obviously.
All right.
Oh no, okay. Torin, hold on, Torin. If you don't know the context of Jim Medicare, he's claimed to be dying from cancer for 7 years in a row, like literally 7 years, and not only that, but
that's what that meme was about.
Yeah, in 2024, he literally said he was on hospice, and he said this like 3 other times that he was on hospice, about to die, and then he disappears for like 3-4 months, and guess what? Randomly, he's just coming back saying, "Oh, I'm fine. I beat the cancer." And then later on, he's back to saying he's on hospice. It's a fucking cycle. That's why I don't believe Mr. Medicare has cancer. Or if he does, it's not as extreme as he says it is. Like, I'm sure he probably is sick with something. Like, he probably does have some sort of illness. But I just think he's over-exaggerating it for clout. Like, so that's the thing. I feel like he's telling a half-truth. Like, I'm sure he probably got diagnosed with something. But by now, I think he's cured because there's no way he's dying and going on hospice like 3-4 fucking times and still streaming and still alive 7 years later.
He has AIDS. He has HIV/AIDS.
And that's the thing. Like, obviously, it's like, even though I don't like Jim Medicare, if he does actually have cancer, all the best to him. But it's just like, I feel like he's definitely over-exaggerating. But why are we talking about Mr. Medicare? Why are we talking about Mr. Medicare, the guy that wishes death on other people, but when you do it to him, he moral facts like a little bitch? It's because Mr. Medicare keeps on talking about the sector. He keeps going on this rant saying, "I don't pay attention to the sector. I don't pay attention to Ethan Ralph or the Cartering or any of these people." But then he talks about them and talks about them like he knows about them. It's like, come on, dude. You still pay attention to the sector. I hate when these people do that. They're like, "I don't pay attention to these creators, but then I'm going to talk about them and act like I do and act like I do care." It's like, bro, the flip-flopping shit is so fucking gay. But yeah, it's a 2-minute clip. I'm just going to let 30 seconds. And I'm just going to react to this because it's not a long clip. It's just 2 minutes.
I see some comments in the chat.
Is there any pre-prospective thoughts y'all want to give before we review this clip of Medicare whining like a little girl?
He a dummy.
He is a dummy. And let's think. Getler does like Mr. Medicare, and I'm kind of glad Getler's on because we actually have like, a little different perspective.
I heard about him recently in like the last year. I didn't know who the fuck he was until then.
Mr. Medicare is basically one of the people that.
I know who he is now.
No, I'm just telling you, like, he's been. I'm surprised you haven't because I know you followed the Gamergate shit, and Mr. Medicare was one of the people that was pushing Gamergate.
I didn't. I wasn't here for original Gamergate per se.
Medicare was one of the original Gamergate people.
Yeah.
And that's why he was so famous because he was basically fighting.
Back then, I was a libtard, just minding my own business.
Oh, that's why then. All right, ready? Let's react to this.
Let me get to them. Just general chat. We'll get to the super chats later. Usually I save them for the end of the show, so if you send something through, I will put it in a segment at the end of the show.
Okay, stop grifting. Let's skip a little bit. I don't want to promote your fucking grift, you fucking lying, dying cancer man.
I always thought it was a pretty weak thing to do, especially if you like stalking the Keno Casino, on my opinion. Put it in a segment at the end of the show. Let me get to them. Just general chat. We'll get to the super chats later. Usually I save them for the end of the show, so if you send something through, I will put it in a segment at the end of the show. A couple of people asking me, "Hey, Jim, what do you think about the Hamburglar stalking the Keno Casino?"
The talk about the quartering stalking the Keno Casino, basically.
My opinion would be what it's always been when it comes to that kind of gay shit. Never been about flagging or deplatforming.
That's a lie, because didn't you flag Mr. Sen? You literally flagged Mr. Sen off of Twitter and you celebrated it. So yeah, cut the shit of, "I've always been against false flag." You literally flagged Mr. Sen, bro. We all saw you do it. No one gave a fuck because a lot of people don't like Mr. Sen, but it's like, come on, you flagged Mr. Sen off of Twitter. He has no Twitter anymore because you and your psychopath fans flagged the shit out of him. And you basically celebrated it when his Twitter got taken down. So yeah, this whole fake moral faggy shit of, I'm against flagging, and I'm going to always be against flagging. Shut the fuck up, you lying cancer man.
People always thought it was a pretty weak thing to do.
Unless it's you doing it.
Especially if you look at my history, you'd know that I've had my own
Oh, when you flagged Mr. Sen?
encounters with the Hamburglar when I went on stream with Keen and had a conversation about it. Not sure how that would be shocking or different, or you couldn't assume that that would have been my default position, but there you go. Somebody also brought up Styx. I am unaware of what Styx is going through right now. I have no idea. I know apparently there's like
I don't know what Styx is going through, but I know this is this and that. Bro,
He's
it's either you know or
rotting.
you don't know. What was that?
He's
Disney?
rotting, just like you are, just like everyone in Internet Bud Sports is, just like everyone in content creation will ultimately be rotting like a corpse. Because if we normalize making a name for yourself by tearing other people down, you know what's going to happen? We will rip each other to pieces, and the opposition and the mainstream media will completely sandbag us.
Mm-hmm. That's why I keep just pushing. Hey, we can't be having all these infighting. We got to go out the mainstream. But for some reason, all these content creators like Jim Medicare want to side with the mainstream media whenever it's beneficial for them. And people like Jim Medicare are the reason why free speech warriors will never be united, because Jim Medicare and all these other people that cause this infighting within the free speech movement, and that's why you have everyone just eating each other alive in the commentary community, in the political spaces, in the manosphere. It's not solely because of Jim Medicare, it's just because people just create this infighting over stuff that doesn't really matter when we should be focusing on the bigger picture.
a pattern emerging among commentators on YouTube and elsewhere. Styx powerbombed a girl. he headbutted her father and threw him through a window. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That's not even what happened. See, like, you're just fucking making up shit. It's like, if you don't know, then shut the fuck up. You don't gotta just go be like, oh yeah, he threw this guy out the window and almost killed somebody, but I don't know if it's true or not. This is why we can't trust you, because you're just going off of what you heard instead of what is actually true and what was actually proven.
I wish him the best. And next time, remember, put your entire wrist into the motion when you throw a punch. Otherwise, your fucking teeth aren't going to come out, Styx. You got to really put some energy behind it. Teach that bitch a lesson. All right? Spoon clanker right in the chin. But I'm unfamiliar with what's going on with Styx. So I don't.
Then shut the fuck up about it. If you're unfamiliar, why are you commenting on it? Oh my god. That's why I wanted to, bro. This guy's so fucking stupid. I don't know what's going on with Styx, but I'm gonna comment on it anyways.
I don't really know. He might have killed somebody. I wouldn't fucking know. I'm sorry.
Then why are you talking about it? Don't talk about something you don't know. Simple as that.
I'm sorry, chat. I guess I'm just completely uninformed about.
By the way, if any of y'all want to give your perspectives, feel free to tell me to pause, but I'm just pausing a lot because
No, keep at it. Keep at it, Triton.
This guy keeps fucking being stupid. It's hard to let this guy speak when every 5 seconds he's being a stupid piece of shit.
What's going on?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, people like Jim Medicare and Dioria, these people make me fucking mad. That's why I'm always gonna make fun of them when I cover them, because they all fucking stupid.
And in the sector and the wild world, somebody else also brought up Ralph. I wouldn't know what's going on with.
Yeah, you were tweeting about Ethan Ralph like literally 2 weeks ago. Shut the fuck up.
Ralph either.
Lie. I don't know what's going on with Ethan. Yeah, you do. You keep on fucking A-logging him on Twitter nonstop. You haven't let it go. You keep going at him, and he keeps going at you back. Like, bro, why are you trying to lie to your audience and go, I don't know what's going on with him? You clearly do. He's clearly on your mind 24/7. Same with the quartering and the other people.
He's on some kind of cocaine binge with a hooker in Las Vegas. Is he still in Las Vegas, or has he moved on? I kind of lost interest. I'll be honest with you.
You didn't lose interest. You're just pretending to so you could look tough. But that's the thing. Oh, I don't know what's going on with Ralph, but I know he's.
I wonder how many of these content creators would be so tough if someone met them in person and beat the shit out of them.
Oh, Jim would fucking run away and call the cops. Literally, he'd be like, "Guys, help me! He earned that paper and beat my ass." But then on the internet, he said he could beat everyone else's ass.
Moved on to other shit. You kind of get into a zone where you find new interests and things that
I could actually afford martial arts classes.
So I couldn't I couldn't really inform you what Fat Boy's been up to. I'm sure it's something boring as fuck. King of the non-tent. I'm sure it's
He's not even that fat anymore.
He's probably...
Yeah, he's not even that fat. Jim's just doing it as an insult because he doesn't like him. And he's like, oh, if Ethan Ralph is such non-tent, then why the fuck do y'all talk about him? If he is so boring, why do you guys talk about him? It's just like when my A-Locks keep talking about me. It's like, y'all keep calling me boring, but y'all watch. Y'all come and watch. Why the fuck are you watching his content still if he's boring? It's because he's not. In reality, he's not boring. You guys are just saying that just so you can look tough. But in reality, he's way more entertaining than you guys because you guys are the ones watching him. He ain't watching you guys. You guys are the ones watching him. You guys are the ones talking about him. You guys are the ones going after him.
Sleeping on stream after doing way too many drugs and getting drunk? Maybe he's beaten another woman or done something. Has he posted more baby photos with bruises all over them and told you that it was bug bites? Is that what we're up to now? I couldn't tell you.
That's not even fucking true. See, that's another thing too. Like, these people just like to fucking lie. But yeah, that's the Jen Medicare cancer segment covering fucking cancer, man. Fucking, that's the thing. It's like, if he...
What I've always found interesting about the concept of blood sports is very few people involved.
Ethan Ralph's a horrid man. I'm not a fan of him. That's fine. That's the thing. It's like, obviously, like, everyone says skeletons in the closet, but like,
yeah.
I personally like
Ethan Ralph paid for his sins. Now he's just having to live with the consequences.
But that's the thing. It's like, we can agree to disagree. Like, if y'all like Ethan Ralph, like, I personally like Ethan Ralph. But if y'all don't like him, that's fine. Like whoever y'all want. Because at the end of the day, I'm not your e-daddy. Y'all just here to watch my opinions and my perspectives. And I want all my fans to have their own perspective. So if you think someone's horrid, then don't watch them. And that's the thing. And that's the thing too. It's like, whenever I cover someone, I'm not even just covering just to defend Ethan Ralph. I'm just making these points just because I personally don't agree with Jim Medicare or agree with a lot of these people, because a lot of these people are fake moral facts. They pretend to be better than Ethan Ralph. In reality, they're no better than Ethan Ralph themselves. They claim to be against doxing and flagging, but then Jim Medicare will flag Mr. Sen just because Mr. Sen pissed him off because Mr. Sen didn't want to suck his balls anymore. So Medicare flagged Mr. Sen down and basically celebrated it openly on Twitter, and nobody gave a fuck because Mr. Sen is not liked. And that's the problem, is like, they go after easy targets and do shit to easy targets like Ethan Ralph, Mr. Sen, and all these other people just because these people are fucked up. So they think, oh, well, that means we don't have to follow the rules because these people are fucked up. And I disagree with that. I feel like if you're going to have rules, regardless if someone else is following your rules or not, you need to follow your own rules, especially if you're the one preaching the shit. If you're the one that preaches false flagging and all of that, you shouldn't be doing that to other people, point blank, period. And that's why I personally, criticize Jim Medicare a lot, is because he doesn't open to his morals. So now I'm going to get final perspectives on it. I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to start with Digny. Digny, what is your thoughts on Jim Medicare pretending not to know what's going on with the quartering and Sticks and Ralph, but then talking about them anyways?
Oh, first of all, no one involved in blood sports is a good person. No one.
Not even me. And that's the thing. It's like, I don't do doxing shit. It's just like, me, it's just like, I'm a good man to society, but I'm not a nice guy. I will say horrible shit if you say horrible shit to me. That's just how blood sports is. That's how the internet is. Like in fact, here's the bigger picture. No one on the internet is a good person. Now continue.
Except for children. But in all seriousness, though, we can name so many people, right? Mr. Medicare, why isn't he dying of cancer yet? Sticks Hexenhammer has drunken himself to a point where he looks like an evil orc wizard hybrid, to the point where his teeth are rotting. You look at Ethan Ralph, the man who infamously got attacked in Portugal, right? And all the things that happened.
Yeah.
You look at Triple P and Warski. Triple P will eat you, and Warski will turn you into cocaine. Look at Cog. I like a bit of diddling, right? That's Cog. cog in a nutshell. You look at Jean-Francois Gariepi. Let me kill my girlfriend and put her in the walls. Look at Nick Fuentes, closeted twink of the furious far right. You look at Richard Spencer. One minute he's hiling Trump, the next minute he's a fucking Democrat. There are endless examples of people involved in internet blood sports, and all of them are bad people. All because that is the nature of the blood sport, which is I have to destroy you before you can destroy me. And yet DSP outlasts everyone for some reason.
Oh, it's because he doesn't do anything.
Well, not only that, but
he's just kind of there.
Taran, DSP would get cancer and the cancer would die.
See, but that's how you have to be, though. You literally have to be like DSP, and just no matter how bad shit gets, you still have to just stay in the game.
The
and
dude's
that's why
kind of oblivious to shit a lot.
But that's why people like DSP, Ethan Ralph, and all.
I
them
guess
survive.
ignorance is bliss.
But
it also helps if you've made 70, 80, 90,000 videos on YouTube.
That too. Is there anything else you want to add, Dignity?
One more thing. All the people involved in that part of content creation, they're all going to fail. Live by the sword, die by the sword. It's
someone's going to destroy them one day, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why I just do my content and covering political analysis instead of just trying to just destroy people. Because at the end of the day, it's like people think when I criticize Jim Medicare and all these people that I'm trying to destroy them, it's like, actually, no. They're allowed to exist, and I hope they continue existing. But just like, if they do something I disagree with, I'm allowed to point it out. That's different from having the sword. It's like, I'm not having a sword going after these people or anything like that. I just give criticism. And I feel like that's the thing. It's like, as a content creator, you have to just give criticism instead of living by the sword. Because if you're just starting shit with all these people for no reason and you have no like legitimate criticisms for it, then you're going to be eaten alive, because what you do to others, they will do to you. And that's the thing. And I know people will criticize me, and honestly, they have a right to criticize any takes they disagree with of mine. So that's why I criticize people, because I could take criticism back. But a lot of these people that do blood sports, some of them like to throw the sword, but they can't handle the sword being thrown back at them. Kino Casino is a great example, because they love to flag all these other people in 2023, lie about Feezer, lie about all these other people. But then when the quartering decides to flag them, they cry like little bitches. And it's just like, that's the thing. If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. And the Kino Casino, honestly, it's like, I don't support anyone's free speech is being violated, but they lived by the sword, so they died by the sword. The same thing's going to happen to the quartering. The quartering is going to end up being flagged and having karma. Like, all these people are going to get karma.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to add, Digny?
No.
All right, Torin, what do you make about all this? About Jim Medicare pretending not to know what's going on with these people, but then talking his ass.
He's a fucking dipshit.
I agree. And I know Getler may have a different opinion because he likes Jim Medicare, and that's perfectly fine. We allow different opinions on the channel, and y'all may disagree with Getler, but just know everyone has their own opinions. Getler, what do you make of Jim Medicare pretending not to know what's going on with Styx, Ethan Ralph, and the quartering, but talking about it anyways?
Well, so it was very brief, mind you, on a show. Honestly, you ever get to a point where you've been watching someone's content to try to gauge reaction on your own show, and you just get to a point where you want to take a break. But people from your show, your audience, wants to bring it up, right? You want to have some semblance of an idea, but at the same time, you don't want to, capitulate too much to what the audience wants. So you give a quick summary of what you kind of have an idea of, and you don't want to delve too much into it, and that's basically what he was doing. Now, mind you, it was a brief summary of what he's cobbled together to capitulate to some of his audience that won't let that shit go, but yet he can talk about what he wanted to talk about on his whole entire show. And if you would have watched the whole thing, which I know you don't have time for,
I've watched
you would have
it.
seen.
And don't try to say I haven't watched. I watched the stream because I watched his coverage on Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, and all that. I just wanted to cover that clip mainly because, I feel like it's stupid because I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's like, don't pretend not to know something. Just talk about it real quick. Just be like, hey, I want to move on these people, but the audience keeps bringing it up, so I gotta just make a brief mention. That would be more respectable than saying, I don't know, I don't pay attention. So clearly he still does pay attention, and he clearly still does care, and that's just my criticism. It's like, he pretends not to care, but then wants to fucking care even.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's like he was caught in a catch-22. It's like he's gotta know some stuff because you're gonna wanna
No, that's
know
fine,
things.
but I think you should just be honest about it. If he was more honest about it, then I wouldn't even care. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even be going as hard as I am on this coverage because if he was just honest and said, hey, I don't want to cover it, but I keep up with these people just because y'all won't shut the fuck up about them, then that would have been, honestly, I would have laughed. I would have been like, damn, at least he's being honest. Like, I would have actually laughed at that, but he didn't do that. He went about it in such.
I mean, he did say several different times he's been out and about doing yard work and shit to try to get his mind off of the horribleness that is the internet as of right now. So, I mean, he's been feeling somewhat okay to go do yard work.
I mean, that's fine, but that's his personal life. And honestly, it's like that. I don't even have an issue with. Like, I just have an issue with the content aspect of things of him pretending not to know something, but then talking about bringing details. It's like, if he truly didn't know about these people, he wouldn't have known any single detail, but clearly he does. He should just say, hey, look, I don't want to talk about these people, but y'all keep bringing them up, so I have to keep up with these people somewhat.